Hey there everyone, Tiki here again with a new series for you, this time on React. What is React? React is Facebook's framework for creating user interfaces. Now, if you have a Facebook account, what you see on the screen is partially, if not altogether, created with React. So in this series, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to use React, and you'll find that it's actually very simple to use, and that's because it was not meant to be complicated. Let's get started. First off, we'll need to get a few things installed. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and install Node.js. Now, Node is basically a JavaScript runtime. We're not going to use the runtime, but we are going to use the package manager, which is the Node package manager, npm, to install a few things. So go ahead and install the latest version of Node. Now, can I get away with just using the long-term support version? Oh, sure, of course. It worked fine. It's just that, if you want to test it out and test out a few other advanced features, my suggestion is just to grab the most current version. At the time of this recording, it is version 8.3.0. No, you should not use this for production purposes, but it should give you a good give you a good platform to test out a few things. So that's the first thing you need to go ahead and download and install. And if you haven't done so again, you'll need Visual Studio Code. Actually, no, let me retract that. You don't need this. You can get away with whichever code editor you're using. I'm using Visual Studio Code, so if you want to follow along during my tutorials, this is what I'll be using. Okay, and finally, the third website you'll need to bookmark is this one, the official documentation for React. And the website for the URL for this is facebook.github.io/react. Again, at any point in time, if you need to take down these URLs, go ahead and feel free to pause the video, or I'll leave the URLs down at the bottom in the description. Okay, now let's get started. If you've already installed Node.js and Visual Studio Code, I'm just gonna pop open my command prompt over here, and what I'm gonna do is I am going to basically do the install the app that you're going to need to create these React applications. Yeah, so the command is npm, that's the Node package manager, install, and we'll just say -g. Now, what the heck does G mean, -g? What I want to do is I want to install this globally. That means I can actually access it from anywhere, from any directory or anything of the sort. It stores it into a global area. If I do not put this /g, the -g over here, that means I'll have to go navigate into this particular folder right here, C users Tiki Shibuden over here, and I'll have to keep going to this folder just to be able to run this app. Right? So don't forget to put -g over there, and the name of the package you need to download is create-react-app. And mind you, this is case sensitive, so do not add any an uppercase, or do not change that hyphen anywhere. Okay, once you've installed this, I'll let you go ahead and install this, and when you're done, you should have it all hunky-dory right there. And we're back. Okay, so what I want to do right now is I'm going to navigate to my desktop over here, because that's where I want to actually create my my application. So I'm going to put it on the desktop so we can actually see it later on. Now, to create a React app, to basically have a boilerplate version of the app ready for us to work with, all we need to do is just use that package that we just downloaded, create React app. And that's the name of the package. That's the name of the app that you'd like to use. And I basically just have to give my project a name. Let's call it the React Training, or React Lessons, I should say. Okay, we'll just call it React Lessons. Okay, now again, the name of the project has to be all lowercase, and you can put hyphens in there, but that's you cannot put any other special characters. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create the React app. As you can see, it's now starting to install a few things. It's not really installing, it's just downloading and putting files together, and it will basically create this folder on your desktop. Well, in this case, we're creating it on the desktop, and I'll let this run. It's going to take a couple of minutes, and I'll see you when it's done. Okay, and it is done. So now all we have to do is I'll just direct your attention to the desktop real quick, and as you can see on the desktop, there's our React buttons. This is the folder that was created by the Create React App package. So here we go. It has all these folders in there, and we'll get into more detail as to what those folders contain. But let's go ahead and test it out and see what the app looks like, or the website looks like. Now here we go. To go ahead and start the test server, we'll just have to use, first thing is we need to navigate to that folder that we just created, which was called React Lessons. And once in that folder, there's a script file in there, and we can use the Node Package Manager to actually start this script file. There's a script file called start, which I'll introduce you to in just a moment. And what this does is it starts basically a test server. And the best part about this test server is any changes that we make to the folder while the server is running, it will automatically detect, and it will update this this UI over here, this the website. Okay, so and I'll show you in more this in more detail as we go along. But there you have it, folks. That's all you need to do. So again, one more time. Step 1 to basically starting with React, you just need to download and install Node. No, we're not using Node. We're using the Node Package Manager to basically install some libraries and packages. Okay, and as a text editor, or rather code editor, I'm using Visual Studio Code, and you can get it free right here from code.visualstudio.com, or you can use whichever code editor you're more familiar with and you would like to, you're more the one, whatever your favorite one is. And finally, a website that you might want to bookmark is the official React website, which is at facebook.github.io/react. And you've just learned how to install the React package, the Create React app. I don't know what happened to my tongue right there. And you now know how to install that package and to use it to create a boilerplate application, a starting point for your React application. Now, if you forget how to do those steps, you can always go to the official React website, go to Docs over here, and on the Docs you'll see there, right there in the top, installation. Just go ahead and click on that, and you will see all these options right here. I'm just going to say create a new app, and you can see all the necessary code. And that's it. Next up, I'll show you how React actually does its magic, and I'll see you in the next episode. See ya. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe. Also, check out the links below, and if you'd like me to cover something else, please leave a comment down below.